Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has announced that if he becomes the next president of the United States, the very first thing he is going to do upon taking office is basically shred the United States Constitution. Because DeSantis said earlier this week that he promises he will end birthright citizenship here in the United States so that we can get all those immigrants out of this country and they can't have those so-called anchor babies that keep them here. Here's what DeSantis said. Dangling the prize of citizenship to the future offspring of illegal immigrants is a major driver of illegal migration. It is also inconsistent with the original understanding of 14th Amendment, and we will force the courts and Congress to finally address that failed policy. He can't even call them children. He referred to them as the offspring. Right? The offspring of these people. Like you're talking about a show dog, right? Oh, the offspring are purebred. You will love them. They're children, right? Aren't you a member of the party that swears to God every day, we got to protect the children, and you can't even refer to them as children? You're dehumanizing them to the point where they're just offspring? That is a sick use of language, and I promise you it was done intentionally to dehumanize these people so that you don't feel bad when they get screwed over. But I am glad that DeSantis mentioned the 14th Amendment. So it shows that he understands that legally he can't do it. He's just saying that the way we think about the 14th Amendment is totally wrong. Like we're the ones that are wrong and not him. The Supreme Court, from their 1898 decision on the 14th Amendment, is wrong and not him. Everybody's wrong except for Ron. And of course, Donald Trump, who, by the way, several weeks ago, is the one who said that he would end birthright citizenship. So this isn't even an original idea from Ron DeSantis. He actually stole it from Donald Trump. And now he's out there touting it as if he knows what the hell he's going to do. There is Supreme Court precedent on this, as I mentioned, an 1898 court case that said, yes, if you're illegally in the United States or even traveling through, you have a kid, boom, that kid's a citizen, you got it. Because that's what the 14th Amendment clearly says. There's no interpretation needed of the 14th Amendment because it's very clear. If you're born here, you're protected by our laws and you're a citizen, end of story, doesn't matter. So DeSantis can whine and cry about it all he wants. He's never going to do anything to overturn that amendment unless, of course, he manages to get a constitutional convention going, and then they can pass a new amendment revising the 14th Amendment. That is the only way he would be able to change that law. But DeSantis doesn't care because DeSantis doesn't actually want to change that law. Like, that's not his goal. His goal here is to pander to the racists and the bigots in the Republican Party by saying he'll end birthright citizenship for these offspring. And he's doing that so that they'll vote for him. That's what this is about. It's pandering, it's dehumanizing, but that's all that Ron DeSantis has because, of course, he can't talk about policy because when it comes to that, he's about as bad as any other Republican we've ever seen.